The movie starts exactly in that scene where Annabelle's movie was completed. A mother gifts a doll to her daughter, purchasing it because her daughter was a lover of dolls. But she soon hands over it to Ed and Lorraine Warren because Annabelle's doll possessed evil powers, and it was trying to enchant that girl. Ed and Lorraine lead him to their house, taking Annabelle's doll. But they have to choose another way for their house due to the occurrence of an accident. They stop before a graveyard on the way because of having a problem in their car, and Ed was repairing the car. At the same time, Lorraine encounters a girl soul in the back seat of the car. She was that girl who was the victim of a car accident a while ago. That spirit utters, "I like your doll." Otherwise, Lorraine also encounters many spirits there, and all spirits had come from that graveyard. One of the spirits attacks Ed, pushing him to the mid of the track so that Ed may be crushed under the front-coming truck and be dead. But Ed saves himself. Here Ed and Lorraine are sure that everything is being done by the Annabelle doll. So they return to their house without delaying the time, taking that doll. Bringing it into their house, they begin to take Annabelle's doll to their artifact room. There were some belongings regarding their cases, and these things had an evil demonic power in them. Annabelle's doll is put on the chair, and something mysterious begins to happen because of the presence of the Annabelle doll. As the mysterious movement of other things and the running of the clock backward, it was really strange. So they lock it in a glass case that was brought from the church, and they also make it blessed by Father. Here Annabelle's power is revealed as it tempts every type of spirit towards it, either good or evil, and gives them the authority to attack their victim. Following that, a time after 1 year is displayed, where Ed and Lorraine's daughter named Judy is shown, who was reading a newspaper while taking her breakfast. There was news about Ed and Lorraine. People were commenting about them as they are fake. They pretend to fight the demonic forces for the sake of money. A question was also asked here. Are they heroes or hoax? School children used to tease Judy in the name of her parents. So Judy had no close friends. The next day, Ed and Lorraine had to visit out of the city to tackle a case. They hire a girl named Mary as a caretaker of Judy. Mary drops Judy at school. Judy encounters a father's spirit at the school who was continuously staring at her. That spirit was also pursuing her. One thing is revealed here because Judy owns some powers like her mother as to feel and see spirits. After that, Mary is seen with her friend Daniela in the market. Because it was Judy's birthday and some things were required to make the cake, Mary and Bob had an affair between them. Their conversation exposes that Daniela was much interested to visit Ed and Lorraine's house for a cause. While picking up Judy, Mary and Judy observe the statue of Father whose spirit had been visible before Judy. Judy again notices the father's spirit while returning. Mary and Judy were busy making a cake. Then Daniela enters their house from the back door. Daniela has a ringing bell in her hand and she asks Judy, "Is it any bell to call spirits?" But Judy clears, "No, it is an ordinary bell fetched by her mother." Actually, Daniela was much interested in the work of Ed and Lorraine and she wants to discover the things in their house. So she gifts Judy a roller skate. When Judy and Mary go outside of the house, Daniela gets a chance to discover the house as she is alone. Daniela tries to open the artifact room Warren's, but its door was locked. Then she tries to contact the spirits outside the door, but to no avail, and the door does not open. She reaches her office of Ed while searching for the key to that door. She discovers the key to the artifact room behind the photo frame, and she unlocks the artifact room using that key. Her purpose behind it was to call the spirit of her dead father. It is obvious that no place was better than this artifact room. Then she enters the artifact room. Daniela touches the present artifacts in the room. At the same time, Annabelle's doll is fallen into that glass case, whereas there was a label of warning on that glass case. In spite of this warning, she unlocks Annabelle's glass case. After this happens, the fire alarm is activated because of the burning cake of Judy. Daniela runs, forgetting to lock the glass case. Here it may be estimated that the Annabelle doll was completely freed now. Now it can do anything using her demonic powers. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Mary checks through the keyhole, but no one is there. She is astonished by it. But Mary opens the door and observes a child girl, who says to her, "I want to play with Annabelle doll." Suddenly that child girl disappeared from there. It was obviously the eye-opener sight. Daniela observes her father's spirit. Following her, she enters the house. Judy also steps into the house, pursuing Daniela. Judy sees an Annabelle doll which is on the chair in a room. There started the mysterious happenings. Judy finds a note under the bed. This note has a written statement, "Miss me?" She also notices a walking shadow there. Suddenly, the bride appears before Judy. She is about to attack Judy, taking a knife. Judy saves herself while shouting and showing the cross. The sounds of her screaming are heard by Mary and Daniela. Mary approaches Judy and encourages her. Judy reveals to Mary here that she has the ability to see spirits. Mary responds it is not necessary that all spirits are evil, some are good. Daniela discovers the file of Ed and Lorraine, which is about ghost hunting. That file had the record of many demons. There were also videotapes about an exorcism performed by Ed and Lorraine. Daniela plays a tape on the projector, but Mary immediately turns it off because Judy was feeling afraid. They decide to play a Fili Melee board game. The doorbell again rings while playing the game. Now, that shopkeeper Bob is at the doorstep. Mary goes to check but was not allowing him to come inside. Mary and Daniela celebrate their birthday of Judy at night. And the same boy was playing guitar outside, where Bob is attacked by a black shuck. Then Bob escapes, saving his life. Daniela again goes to that artifact room. It is observed that artifacts of that room were moving now. Daniela tries to appear her father's spirit through the kept bracelet in the artifact room and gets success. She encounters her father's spirit in the mirror fixed on her backside. Suddenly, he shouts at her, taking the form of a demon. Daniela tries to leave but is locked now, because the door was locked. Here it is also revealed that it was not the spirit of her father but an evil spirit. Later, then a glass of milk is fallen down from the table while changing its place and the tape recorder itself turns on. Then Annabelle's doll is seen with Judy. Daniela notices a television screen in the artifact room. Screen predicts, in which direction will Daniela look next? Mary gets many coins in the house. Suddenly, she sees a demon which was actually a coin demon. It drags Mary to and fro, attacking her. Switching on the light, Mary runs to Judy's room before it kills her. Judy faces the Annabelle doll in her blanket. At the same time, Annabelle doll is seen in the shadow of the blinking light, which continues to take the form of different demons. Finally, it is transformed into a menacing demon and attacks Judy. But Mary saves the life of Judy exactly after opening the door. Mary tries to contact Ed and Lorraine, but a demon was speaking through call in the voice of Lorraine. Demon says it wants to talk with Annabelle, and Annabelle needs their spirits. All fixed bells of the house themselves begin to ring. Immediately, Mary and Judy also come into the artifact room. Kept typewriter in the artifact begins to work itself. There was only a phrase was typing, which was, "Miss me." They all three leave the artifact room hurriedly. But Mary faces a breathing problem coming outside because she suffered from asthma. Judy goes out to take Mary's inhaler because it was in the car. And Judy is attacked by a black shuck outside. But coming here, Bob saves Judy while attacking the black shuck. Then it is seen that the bride had bewitched Daniela. And Daniela was completely under control, wearing the dress of the bride. Now they had only a solution to avoid such troubles. They keep the Annabelle doll in the same glass case. But Annabelle was missing. Then the spirit of father comes on the scene again, which was being observed by Judy. Guiding Judy, he takes her in the direction of the house where Annabelle's doll was present. Here it is known that father's spirit was benevolent. And it becomes evident here that all spirits are not evil, but there may be benevolent spirits. Playing Fili Melee, Mary and Judy search for the key to that room where Annabelle doll was present. Mary enters that room. There were many evil demons. They try to horrify Mary. Mary throws Annabelle's doll outside the room with great difficulty after taking it from her. And Judy runs to keep Annabelle's doll in that glass case, but possessed Daniela attacks Judy on the way. Mary and Judy confront Daniela, and Judy plays on the projector the video of the exorcism performed by her parents. Watching this video, Daniela's evil spirit is also driven out. Now she had been freed from the possession of the bride. Now all three girls try to keep Annabelle's doll in the glass case, going into the artifact room, where many demons struggled to make their plan unsuccessful. Then Judy was keeping the demons away, showing a cross. And Daniela successfully keeps Annabelle's doll in the glass case. After all, everything comes to its normal routine. Then the same boy Bob also arrives there. Judy tells this boy had rescued her from the demon outside. Mary is overjoyed because all four of them spend their time there. Also, Ed and Lorraine arrive early in the morning. Judy reveals the whole occurred incident to her parents, and they cool down their daughter. Everything comes on the soothing routine, and they celebrate their birthday of Judy. At the end of the movie, we learn that Daniela was trying to contact her father, as she thought herself to be the reason behind her father's accidental death. Lorraine tells him that we had contact with your father's soul, in which she came to know that there is no fault of Daniela in that accident, and his father is proud of him. The chronological order of the Conjuring series is in description. Check out now. If you like the explanation, please do subscribe and comment. Thanks for watching.